Hello and welcome to another episode of Hugo Social WGS Studio Talks. My name is Alexa Oliva, and today I have a fantastic person. Oh my goodness, wait till you guys get a whiff of this guy. Once I met him, I never forgot him, and he is an excellent friend today. His name is Mike Ibrahim. Mike, you are the founder and CEO of RewardLion, one of the best companies, in my opinion, that have been out there to service clients and what everybody needs today. So welcome, Mike.
Thank you for having me, Alexa. Oh, it's wonderful. So, how are you doing today?
I'm doing very well.
That's good.
So tell us, what exactly is RewardLion? Where did you come up with that concept? Who are you serving? Gosh, I have so many questions for you.
So RewardLion, it was an idea, and it started to help me with my businesses because I had a couple franchises, and I needed to grow my business. And I was hiring companies, and they were just taking my money, and nobody's giving me answers, and I didn't understand what they're doing. So I'm like, you know what? I need to learn this. So initially, I learned just to support my business, which back then it was Metro PCS and Boost Mobile. After a while, I realized I can do so much more. You know, I can do a lot for businesses. And it started growing slowly, a lot of failure, a lot of mistakes, but we have so much data that we eventually minimize the mistakes that anyone can go through. And most businesses and most management, they're very similar. Like the pain points are very similar. And once we find out what the pain points are, we just go ahead and fix them one step at a time and grow the business.
So I'm going to ask you about those pain points. But before I ask you about the pain points, what exactly does RewardLion do? What are the services that are provided for the clients?
So RewardLion basically is a business solution that helps them from A to Z. So from a startup to actual getting investors, even if they want to in the future to go public, we can help them. But everything starts little, and it's one step at a time. And we really have to look at the business and qualify it. We can't work with anyone, even though we work with all these industries. We have to make sure that this is the right fit because it's basically a marriage. It's not just a company you hire, give me some results. And no. It's a marriage. So
we're married, Mike?
Yep, it's a marriage.
All right. Let me calm myself.
All right.
I always wanted to marry someone from that part of the world, but you know.
Now you got an Egyptian.
Well, I got an Egyptian, but my husband actually looks like he's from that part of the world, right?
That's beautiful.
So what do these services look like? Like, you know, you're onboarding these clients, you're evaluating them to make sure that you're going to take them on. What does it take to be qualified to use these services?
So first, there's two qualifications. One, it's a startup, and if they're not a startup, they got to be in business for at least 2 years. So if they're a startup, it's a different strategy. We try to find out where they want to go within the next 1 year, and then within the next 3 years, and then quarterly. And that's why I have my wizard, Mo Al-Tunsi, for financial projections and all the analytics. So we need to gather data. If they have a 2-year business and they don't have data, then we create the data for them. But if they have the data, we measure it, and based on what they tried, we see their success. And if they failed in certain areas, we know why, and then we improve it.
So they failed, right? So they didn't fail. It's roadblocks that we have as business owners, right? So these pain points, what are those top 3 common pain points that you see the most often in your clients?
So the top 3 common pain points are, 1, they don't have enough money to sustain their business. So they didn't calculate it correctly. 2 is internal management. They don't have a management structure. And 3, they don't have a CRM to manage and store all their activity and data to keep people accountable.
What is a CRM for those people that haven't experienced that yet or are thinking about going into business and can understand
There's a
that?
few CRMs. The one we focus on is basically the client management software. And that CRM helps them track all their sales, all their lead generation, and then the communication. When let's say we have a VA assigned to them, so now they can monitor the conversations, make sure that they improving their sales pitch, and track the whole results from becoming a lead all the way to becoming a client.
So I'm going to backtrack real quick on something that you just said. You said a VA, virtual assistant, right? But a lot of times here in the States, we have an issue with the virtual assistants and the customer service people that aren't speaking our language. And I don't mean English. I just mean
the accent.
yeah, the accents or the terminology. What do you do about those things?
So it was very challenging, and we basically had virtual assistants from every single country you can name, and we realized that there's two secret countries that we don't really talk about, have the best virtual assistants, but they're the most expensive virtual assistant. So we started letting our partners know if you want to make it look like they're locally, this is who you have to pick from these areas. We're going to provide you. But if you want to go cheap, it's going to hurt your brand, and eventually it's not going to lead to conversion. So you need really to hire a virtual assistant that is basically highly educated, took classes in English speech. And these people, we qualify them. We have a database of qualification. We have a couple company partners we work with. But they're not, doesn't mean that they're overseas. It's cheap. No, because if you want good quality, it doesn't matter. You have to spend more money. So for the people that are looking for virtual assistant and they've been failing, they need to look at how much they're paying.
What does a virtual assistant actually do?
A virtual assistant can do a lot of things. One of them is communicate as customer service with your leads, because either you're a business owner or you a customer service representative. You can't be both. So we want our the business owners or the professionals, if it's a lawyer, if it's a doctor, to focus on their service, not their sales and customer service. So what happened is that the virtual assistant, there's a few different options. There's virtual assistants that help you basically communicate with the client. Like the lead comes in, they call them within 5 minutes, they start having a conversation, qualify them to make sure that they're serious, and then they send them over to the office so they can start the treatment or the service or the free consultation. And then you have a bigger layer of virtual assistant, which is they start doing back office, meaning like they measuring analytics, they go ahead and organize your company internally, virtually, of course. And then there is the top tier, which is they're not really considered a virtual assistant. They're considered sales reps. These teams are all US based, and they are sharks. So their closing rate is usually 50% and up. So that means if you're having 10 prospects, they're closing 5. And this team is it's a commission-based team. They like to eat. So,
and eat well.
Yes.
Because we know commission-based sales is the number one in the world.
Yes.
You want to be rich, commission-based sales. Yep. That's how you do it, because it's based on your performance. Mike, I want to thank you for being here at Jugo Social. I want to thank you for the amazing partnership that we've had for almost 2 years now. Yes. And I love it when you're in town.
Thank you. I love being here.
And we look forward to many, many, many years of success working together. Thank you for joining us at Jugo Social. My name is Alexa Oliva. Who to know and where to go. And remember to live in love.